Good morning to you all. I'm Sandil Kumar, teacher of English literature at Jaffna Hindu College. Today I'm going to do a lesson on literature poem for grade 11 students, second term, the poem Father and Son by Cat Stephen, right? In the case, first I want to say instruct some points to you that actually in an English literary text, we teachers can't teach you literature. Actually, we are the teachers merely a stimulator. Stimulator mean you are encourage you, give some advices or guide you to learn literature. What is the purpose? We are going to excite or stimulate your creative imagination. In the exam point of view, what are you going to do in the second part questions, essay questions, you are going to write essays. In the essay points, what are you going to do you can't write it, memorize it and vomiting in the exam paper, you can't get a distinction pass. If you want to get distinction pass, you should use your imaginative and creative skills. So just I am going to guide you or discuss with you how to get a distinction pass. In my point of view, in English literature, right, getting ordinary pass is not a tedious task, but getting a distinction pass is very, very tedious. So today in my series, I am going to start a poem, Father and Son, right? In the Father and Son, I am going to do it. First, I am going to introduce you background of the poem. Second, paraphrasing stanza by stanza, paraphrasing the stanzas as well as the appreciation. After that, I am going to do some expected questions. This is my text. The objective of my teaching is to get distinction pass in the English literature. Is it okay? Now, first, the poem, right, about the poet. You know, his stage name was the Cat Stephen. Later he is known as Yusuf Islam. Is a British singer, right, songwriter and multi-instrumentalist. Actually, this is a song, right? His musical style consists of folk, pop, rock. These are the modern musics. He's a modern singer, pop, song, rock. In his later career, Islamic music, then he changed to this career. He was inducted into Rock and Roll Half of the Fame in 2014. He introduced that. So this is about the background about the poet. Now, I already told that Father and Son is a song. Why? What is the difference between song and the poem? First, I want to discuss it, then we will go it. Song, actually, you know, song is a musical composed with the music, rhythm is there, right? In the poem, we consider is with rhyming or non-rhyming are there, right? Here, first we are going to discuss what is song. Song is written or adapted for the purpose of singing. Singing means for the rhyming, rhythm purpose. A song is generally supported by musical instrument. That is very prominent, musical instrument. Poem is a composition that is written or spoken communicating beautiful, imaginative thoughts. That is very prominent. That is an imaginative thoughts in the poem. Second, the songs, lines are called, right? Verses in songs often remind one of these personal experience. Songs, the theme of the song is a personal experience. Here, the poems are often written on the basis of emotions, mainly based on emotion. Here, the lines in the poems are talking about lyrics. The songs, we call it, the lines of the songs, we call it lyrics. In the poem, we call it the lines. The word is called diction. The paragraph, the one, right, is called stanza. Then, lyrics and songs are more dependent on the regular rhythm, more depend on the rhythm or beat, right? The poetry needs to exhibit its own theme on variations. It's variant, rhyming or non-rhyming is a thing. It's a basic idea of this. What is the song? What is poem? A deviation that. Now, father and son. Here in the poem, actually now is a song, right? Because it's ballad format, is a story related. So the father lyrical ballad is actually called a lyrical ballad. Okay, anyhow, father is first I say is a conversational pattern. The poem appears in a conversational pattern. Father talks, advises the son in the point of view. Father advises to his son about, right? Now see, it's not a time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You are still young, that's your fault. There is so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I'm old, but I'm happy. These are the first stanza. Now I'm going to paraphrasing. First, I say this is the father's advising stanza appears. The father's advising to his son who is ready to leave, right? Who wants to leave from home. He didn't tell the reason why. It may be there may any other so many reasons, but he wants to leave it from the home, right? Just relax and take it easy. Just relax. So here the father says this is an comma imperative form. The verbs are using imperative form. Imperative means he is making command. Just relax. How father interferes in son's affairs, right? Father says just relax and take it easy. So father how interferes in son's affair. You are still young, that's your fault. Young, here in the poem, the father says, you are young. Young means refer the word inexperience. Young refers is inexperience of the son, right? That is your fault. Fault means that's your weaknesses. These are the younger generation. The father says, the advisor advises to his son, right? Just, you are a young. Young means he is inexperienced. That's your fault. Fault means that's your weaknesses. Here the father is referred to elder generation or older people. Now the son is referred to younger generation. So the elder, now there is a gap between father and son, younger generation and elder generation. So this is an idea is brought it here. There is so much you have to know. It means father, elder generation, you have to know. There is so much you have to know. So means elder generation underestimate their younger generation. Father underestimate their son. Have you understand that? This idea has been brought it because they are inexperienced, right? So they think, elder generation thinks, vice versa, we talk about that. Elder generation thinks they are the knowledgeable, knowledgeable person, they are well experienced, they are matured, right? These type of attitudes are brought it here. There is so much you have to know. You have to learn a lot from the world, right? So then, find a girl and settle down. Here, now, I stop it here and talk about some quotations. We have to, if you want to write in the essay questions, we have to write some quotation other than our subject, the literary text. Outside of the text, we have to write some quotations. So, we have to refer, so outside of the quotations, in this context, in the old syllabus of English literary, appreciation of English literary text, 7 Ages of Man, written by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare divide the human life into 7 ages. Each ages, he tells their duties and everything, how their qualities. Here, the father is equal to the 5th age of the man. 5th age, the 5th step of the man is equal to, Shakespeare says, judge. Father has the quality of the judge. So, he is unbiased, experienced, right? Very matured. These type of qualities fathers have. But in the same, Shakespeare age, so in the 7 ages of the man, he tells the son, we can compare the soldier, Shakespeare says, in the age of 4th is a soldier, he has the qualities of the son. What are the qualities of the son? For example, what are the qualities of the soldier? Impulsive, impatient, right? He want, right? Immediately take a decision, quick decision making. These are the qualities of a son, right? So, here we can write it in the exam paper. You have to compare your answers with other than your text, outside of the text. Then only the examiner knows you have a sound knowledge of particular poem. Have you understand that? So, here in this poem, so you have to compare and give a quotations. You find so many, as well as some people say Father William in the old syllabus. That is also father and son, something like this. You better go refer lots and lots. That's very prominent. Next, here, find a girl and settle down. The father says, find a girl and settle down. Now, actually, what is that? In the age of son, the soldier, he indulged freedom. The son, the society, you are the students, you are in the age of son, right? What do you have? You have freedom, full of freedom. You enjoy your life. If you marry a girl, if you find a girl, right? What will happen? Your social hierarchy will be changed. If you marry a girl, what will happen? Your social hierarchy will be changed. You are a boy, in the stage of boy, now become as a man, in the stage of man. So, you have to give shoulder for your responsibilities. You have to shoulder the responsibilities. Have you understand that? Find a girl and settle down. If you want, you can marry. It means father makes purposely, what does he want to do? He makes the son responsible. Then only he won't go, he won't leave from the home. That is why the father makes the son, make a son very responsible. Have you understand that? Look at me, I am old, but I am happy. Here, what do you understand that? Look at me, I am old, but I am happy. Here is a proverb, I recollect that. There is an English proverb, contentment is bliss. Who will be happy in the society? Their needs are limited, they feel they are happy. Here, the father is right? Older generation, elder generation, right? He belongs to the conventional society. He belongs to the conventional society. So his needs are limits. So he thinks his limits are fulfilled. So he is happy. In this case, he says that. Why he says that? Why? The purpose is he forced his son. He forced his son take him as a role model. Have you understand that? He forced his son take him as a role model. I am right, very happy. I fulfill my needs. I am so happy. Right? Son belongs to the modern society. So his needs are lots. He can't fulfill, he can't satisfy, right? He wants to urge, right? He needs so many things. Then only he wants to go out from the home and find a change, need a change. He wants to change the world. He finds a lot of changes. But father makes him a burden, make him shoulder responsibility. Is it okay? This is the first stanza about the father and son poem. Right? Here, the idea, the theme of the poem, here see, what are the ideas? Tension between parents and the children that has been brought it here. The generation gap, parents do not understand. Between the father and the son, there is a generation gap. The elderly generation, they do not understand the younger generation. They everywhere, they interfere, they are everything. Even today, after completing your advanced level, GC ordinary level exam, what stream next in the advanced level, what is the stream you are going to study that? Can you select your own stream in your own? No. Actually, your parents' interference is there. So here this is a good example. This idea can be shown here, right? Do not understand their needs, right? And they are the individuality. They don't give a respect to the individuality of a younger generation. Children think parents are conventional. Conventional means traditional. Parents are very traditional. But in the vice versa, we can say children belong to modern, right? Parents expect children to follow them. This is the main idea. What do they want? The parents expect children want to follow them. If they lead a conventional life, if they lead a conventional life, their children also want to follow their steps. They also lead a conventional life. They are not allowed to follow the modern life, right? Next, dissatisfaction with the conventional life, right? Okay, the younger generations have a dissatisfaction with the conventional life. This is the idea brought it in the first stanza. Is it okay? Now, I'm going to give you some comprehensive questions. You are going to answer it quickly, whether you can understand. I want to check it whether you can understand or not. Between whom is the scene taking place? Between to whom? Father and son. Is it okay? Now, the second, why is the father trying to convince his son? Why? Because the opening line, the son is ready to leave from home, or son wants to leave from home. This is an answer. Why do you think that the father is happy? Why do you think? Because what is the reason? I explained that father belongs to the conventional society. His needs are limited. That's why he thinks he is very happy. His needs are limited. Contentment is bliss. So that's the answer. What is the advice given by the father? What is the advice given by father? Find a girl, right? If you want, you can marry her. This is the advice. Because why he advised this? Why? What is the purpose of this advice? To give responsibility for his son. That is why he won't leave from the home. Have you understand that? These are the comprehensive questions you should understand. Right? Okay. Yeah, shall we go to the second stanza in the poem? I was once like you are now, and I know that is not easy to be calm when you have found something going on. But take your time, think a lot. Why? Think of everything you have got. For you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. This is the second stanza. Have you got the idea? Now, one by one, I am going to paraphrasing. I was once like you are now, and I know that is not easy. Now, from this line, Father brings out his experience. He also earlier as a son, he also belongs to the younger generation, or now become as an elder. So he has the experience. He is a matured. He has a right. So he, in this line, he say he is a matured. He has an experience about that. To be calm when you have found something going on. What's anything going on? Problem. What do you want to do it? Be patient. Not to be impulsive. The qualities of younger generation. What are the qualities? Impatient, right? Impulsive, right? Quick decision making, right? These are the qualities. So please be calm. Don't be hesitate. Be calm. So that is that. But take your time. Think a lot. Take your time, imperative language. So he want to delay the son. That is why he says, here also, what is that? He interferes in his individuality. Take your time and think a lot. Think a lot. What will happen if you go out? What will happen? Right? So he indirectly threatened his son. Right? Son is very confident. He is ready to face the challenge, but father is afraid about the son. Right? Why think of everything you have got? Why think of everything you have got? Here in this line, what is that? He say, think of everything you have got. Please recollect that. What have you got it? Father pacify that. He tells what you have got. What are the facilities Father provided? Think it. Right? So he is pacifying his son. For you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. If you stay in your home, you will be here. Your dreams will be tomorrow vanished. If you go out, what will happen? You won't be survive in the society. You also not be there, and your dreams both are not there. All are vanished. You and your dreams are vanished. If you stay in your home, you will be here, but your bad dreams will be go there. You will be happy. This is the idea about the paraphrasing of the second stanza. Is it clear? Now, there's a question about the second stanza. What do you mean by, for you will be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not? So, dreams, if it stay in home, right? What will happen? The dreams will be vanished. Here as a father say, you have a bright future. Your bad dreams will be vanished. That's the idea, right? Stanza 3. Now, this is the Sunspot. Now, sun is going to talk. But actually here, first in the first stanza I said that father is advising son in a dialogue form. But here, son is not actually speaking with us. Here, not speaking with father, directly not speaking with the father. It is a soliloquy or monologue form. He thinks in his mind about this. How can you say, see the first line, how can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. He, the pronoun he, is refer, right? Here, how can I try to explain? When I do, here if you speak face to face, what will happen? If a conversation pattern, what will happen? What is the pronoun you are going to use it? You turns away again. Right? Here the answer is he turns. So this is a monologue. He speaks into his mind. Is it clear? Right? So here the technique. What are the poetic technique there? How can I try to explain? It's a question. What type of question? Rhetorical question. What do you mean by rhetorical question? Without expecting answer. Right? Without expecting answer. Right? Telling some questions. That is called rhetorical question. Here, to emphasize the idea. See, how can I try to explain? Of course, when I do, he turns away again. Mean, it's just like, never mind. He is not ready to listen his son because this elder generation thinks younger generations are inexperienced. They won't listen their younger generations. They are not ready to listen the younger generation voice. That is the idea has been brought it here. Okay. Second line. It's always been the same old story. Repeated the adjective. Same old story. What is that? What is the idea? Same old story is brought it here. The monotonous frustration brought it the idea. The same. Father repeated the same idea. Always same advising. Always in your home you say, son, your next month, you are going the coming December, you have an exam. This is your exam. Please study hard. Work hard. The coming exam is December. Always repeat the same story. Without studying, you can't get a good job. Most of our elder generation, father says. So, that is why it makes frustration. And what is that next? Monotonous. That idea, that is why he repeated the word same old story. Is it clear? From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Here, I was ordered to listen. How the father is dominant, very authoritative. Elder generation is how far the elder generation are dominant. Right? They never listen the younger generation. They are all just like a military. Only they, right, provide the commands. They are not ready to listen. They didn't pay the attention. Not ready to listen their son's voice. Because what's the reason? Why? They think they are the mature, they are well experienced, they are knowledgeable. That's the reason. Right? Now there is a way, and I know I have to go away. Now there is a way. Now there is a way. What's the technique there? This is a metaphor. There is a way. Now there is a way, like a way. So there is a metaphor. You use it in the poem, poetic technique, use it a way. Right? I know that I have to go away. It shows the son is very confident. He is ready to go, very confident. Right? He is ready to face the challenges in the outside of the world. Very confident. So that's the idea is brought it here. I know, repetition. The emotion. He is ready to leave from home. Is it okay? Right? Okay. Now, some questions. You are going to answer it. Does the son respond positively to his father's appeal? To his father's appeal. How does he respond? Does the son respond positively? Is he repeated? No, not repeated. Don't, right? This type of question, if you are clear only in the first part, annotation part, that questions are something like this. He is not repeated. It's a monologue. He speaks into the mind. Father can't listen. So, answer is no. How does he respond? Is a monologue form. The son says, now there is a way. What is the way he is thinking of? What is the way he is thinking of? He is thinking ready to go out of the home. He is ready to leave the home. That is the way here we speak about that. What is the fault of the son that father is referring? What is the fault? Actually, the answer is he is inexperienced. That is the answer in the first stanza. That is the call. We studied that. He is inexperienced. Right. This question is after that next stanza. I will go to. Right. Now, stanza 4. Right. In the stanza 4, father. Now, once again, father's part. It's not time to make a change. Just sit down. Take it slowly. You are still young. That's your fault. There is so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I'm old, but I'm happy. Here, the first stanza is repeated, except these phrases. Sit down and this word and phrases. Take it slowly, take it easy. Earlier, here, so, just sit down. Here they say, in the first stanza, they say, just relax. Here, sit down. Only the word, this phrase, sit down. Here they say, relax. Here, slowly. Earlier in the first stanza, easy. Why? Why he changed it? Ignorance of changes. It shows the difference, the word category shows the ignorance of changes in the life has been brought it here. Right? The same line is repeated. The first stanzas, other than this, the same verses are repeated. So, why is repeated? Actually, it's a song. It may be emphasize the idea, or as a song is for the rhythm purpose, it may be repeated. As it is a song, it may be for the rhythm purpose, it is repeated. Right? Okay, this is the idea of the fourth stanza. Now, fifth stanza about the sun. Right? Sunspot. Here also is a monologue. Sun speaks into his mind. All the times that I've cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. All the times that I've cried, keeping all the things new inside. All the things. What do you mean by in your heart? What the things are there? Unexpressed desires. Your unexpressed desires are the things. There are lots of unexpressed desires in your mind. Right? New inside. It is hard, but it is harder to ignore it. It is hard. Which is hard? There are a lot of unexpressed, right? There are a lot of unexpressed desires are there, but all the desires become to achieve is very hard. Can you understand that? If you want to achieve the undesired, right? If you want to achieve the undesired, unexpressed, undesired, sorry, if you want to achieve unexpressed desires into true, is very difficult. But it is more difficult, more harder to forget it. Ignore means forgot. Have you understand that? To achieve or implement unexpressed desires is very hard, but is more harder to forget that desires. Have you understand that? That is an idea about the seconds. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them, they know, not me. Here, in this stanza, see in this line, verse, if condition, type 2. So, this is an, what is that? What type of sentence? Impossible or hypothetical idea. If they were right, I would agree. Here she says, it seems, the son has not, right, does not have the attitude of their agreement, does not agree with them. Have you understand that? But it's them, they know, not me. Here they, the pronoun they and them refer to whom? The society. Right? The society, right, are not ready to, not willing to accept the son's request. So, he is not ready to listen the father's advice. This is an idea. Now there is a way, and I know that I have to go away. Now there is a way, very confident, repetition is there. Now there is a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. This is the last stanza, repetition. So, son is very confident, ready to leave from home. Is it okay? So, this is the poem about overall paraphrasing. Just I am talking about, right, paraphrasing. The technique used, clash of ideas between old and the young, right? The clashes, conflict, clashes mean the conflict, gap, we can use it. The gap, the clashes between the old and the younger generation. Seek freedom. The dialogue form brings out the differences. Here is a dialogue form, that is in a conversational pattern, but in the Sunspot is a monologue. The keywords change, young, forth, the other very prominent words. Repetition is another thing to emphasize the idea. Figurative language, something going on, this type of techniques has been used. Is it clear? Now, this is the overall theme of the poem. Father to son is a poem describing troubled relationship between father and his son. There's a conflict, troubled relationship. There's a conflict between father and son. In the present times, the poem emphasizes the generation gap between father and the son and expresses the father's pain and helplessness. Pain expresses helplessness in failing to understand his child. Actually, father is failed to understand his child. Why he would like to go there? Right? So, the elder generation never listen. They are dominant qualities. They are trying to follow their steps. They try to make them follow their steps. They think that is the best way in a society. Have you understand that? Next, father realizes the distance. The father realizes the distance between them and wishes to bridge the gap. Father realizes the distance between them and the wishes to bridge a gap. What is that gap? There's a gap. What is the wishes are the gap. The only bridges we have to make a connection by wishes, right? If they have a common wish, there is no gap. So different wishes are there. So there is a gap. That is an idea. Father remarks that though they have been living in the same house for years now. So many years they have lived in the same house. He does not understand his son, as he knows nothing about his son. But they lived in the same house, but he doesn't understand. In our families, the parents, actually, most of the parents, they doesn't understand that because they are living together because of their thing, they are the matured, they have experience to lead a life, they are knowledgeable, they think like that. They didn't study the mind of the younger generation, right? So that is the reason. Understand son. As he knows nothing about his son, he doesn't know anything about his son. He tries to build the same relationship that he enjoyed when his son was a small child. So now father tries to build up when his son was a child, baby, what's the relationship between son and a father? He tried to maintain up to when the son was a teenager, same relationship he brings out. So that is a gap. That is why there is a conflict. Have you understand that? This is the idea about the appreciation of the father and son. Have you got that idea? Right? Okay. Now, some critical question. Before seeing that, I'm going to... Right. Father and son. Here, in the first stanza, I want to tell something about the idea, critical analysis. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. In this sense, the son is now ready to leave a home because he has an ambition to change the world. He wants to make a bright future of him. How the father say? The father says, find a girl, it means shoulder responsibility. The son is trying to change the world. But father says, after marriage, he can't take own decision. Even he can't change. One of the critics says, he can't change, married man can't change the television channel in the homes without permission of his wife or children. Because he has a lot of responsibilities there. So, this type of ideas are there. That is the reason he talked about this. Is it okay, clear? Right? So, this is the missing point I discussed with you. Now, I'm going to move into the critical part, questions. Right? Last, critical questions. These are the model question expected. Right? The widening, the critical part, essay type questions, the widening generation gap leads to many conflicting issues within the family unit discussed. This is the one of the question. The generation gap leads to many conflict issues within a family unit. So, this is an essay type question. What are you going to do if you want to write this type of essay question? First, you find what are the key words from the question. In the introduction part, you are going to describe the key words. That is, don't memorize it and vomit it in the paper. That's not accepted. From, you are going to describe, underline the keywords. Generation gap, conflicting, family unit, within a many leads to many conflicts. So you have to discuss about this. In the introduction part, you are going to discuss about the keywords of the question, from the question. Here only you have to give quotations from the other than the text, outside of the text, or proverbs, anything. Here, find out the keywords are prominent and explain the keywords. Next, here see, look at me, I'm old, but I'm happy. These are the lines, the gap. What are the gap between father and son? You are still young, that's your fault. There is so much you have to know. The father says, so it shows the gap. What are the gaps you have to find and explain in your own word. Next line, from the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Sure, he couldn't speak with the father directly. In the monologue, in his mind, he speaks to himself. Have you understand that? Right. Now, the last, there is a way and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. You have to explain these are the lines to elaborate this idea for this question. Generation gap, these are the ideas you have to elaborate the body part. Right? Okay. Now is the time I'm going to wind up. Thank you very much in my presentation for father and son. We will meet again in another series. Thank you. Thank you very much. Best of luck.